Hey everyone, back here with Koshka again. We're working on hold more. I just wanted to, I haven't uploaded in a little bit, so I figured I'd make this video. I think I covered this in another video already, but this is basically hold. Koshka's doing real good at it. If I were to say hold, then he'll hold it and he knows what to do. You know what I mean? And that is good. You know, and remember that petting your dog is positive reinforcement, so whatever they're doing, if you're petting them, that's positive reinforcement. So basically with Koshka right now, he's holding the object, so I'm petting him, and then I'll say drop, and then you give him a jackpot at the end, you say, good boy, sit, no, Koshka, sit, no, sit. They're not supposed to scratch. I understand that they have urges and stuff like that, but they're supposed to be paying attention, sit, good boy. He can scratch later. It's not what he's supposed to be doing right now, he's supposed to be sitting. Good boy, sit. And that they'll use it as like avoidance. So you want to make sure that they're focused on what you want them to do. So with him right now, what I'm working on is getting him to pick it up off the ground, right? I've tried taking the leash off of him and having him do this, and he doesn't really want to do it, right? So Koshka, sit. And that's the thing is, like, even if they seem like they're good at it, right? You don't want to go overboard. You want to take them one step at a time and wait until they're really solid at something. Then you can upgrade them to like the next tier of it. So yeah, but anyways, Koshka, hold. Sit. Good boy, hold. Good boy. That's a good boy. Good boy. Hold. Drop. Right? So like you saw that he picked it up off the ground, and that's what we want. We want him to pick it up off the ground. That's a retrieve. That's a legit retrieve right there, what he just did. Right? It doesn't matter if it's like a foot away. I mean, like it's not far away from him, right? But if I were to say hold, right, he'll go for it. Heel, come on, heel. Sit, hold, drop. No, drop. Good boy. That's a good boy. So if let me move over here. Heel, no heel, sit. So like you saw, that was a legitimate retrieve, right? So we have him officially retrieving. Right, and that's the thing is this. This isn't difficult to teach. I mean, it is the hardest thing to teach your dog, but that's just because it takes the most time and the most effort to do it, and that's why no trainers will do this, especially not like positive reinforcement trainers, because you have to force the dog to do this. You have to train them to like doing this stuff. Right? He didn't want to do it initially. Right? I can show you videos of him spitting it out at day 5 and stuff like that. Right? He didn't start picking this up until like day 23, you know what I mean? Like out of 30, right? Now he's past the 30-day mark on it, right? And I've been slacking off, if I'm being honest about it. But this is my dog, you know. If it were your dog here, then we would have him doing perfect retrieves and perfect holding by day 30 to, I'll say 35, just because it depends on the breed of the dog, it depends on the personality of the dog. So, you know, some dogs are more defiant than others. He's a cattle dog, so he's going to be more defiant than other dogs. But basically, Koshka, sit. You just want to make sure that, you know, they're doing what you want them to do, and they will learn to like this stuff. Koshka, hold. Good boy, hold. Heel, hold. Sit, hold, drop. Good boy. Right? That's a retrieve. That's good shit. He's a smart dog. All dogs are smart, and all dogs can learn this. I don't care what your breed is. Right? I don't care what your breed is or what age they are. If they don't want to do it, make them do it. They will learn to like it. Right? That's the thing. It's a dog, it's not a human. You got to treat it like it's a dog, and they don't, you know, they don't think or anything. They just respond to shit, right? And eventually they learn to respond to holding this, grabbing it for you. They learn to associate that with like positivity and like good. That's what I want to do, right? And they learn to love doing this shit. Koshka, hold. Good boy, hold. Heel, here, heel, sit, drop. Drop. Good boy. That's a good boy. Good boy, dude. Good boy. Good boy. Listen, if you're too lazy to train your fucking dog, I mean, I hate to get angry, but like, I see this shit all the time. 99% of people who own dogs shouldn't fucking own dogs because they're too fucking lazy to train them, right? And the thing is that why do you have the dog? Dogs are meant to have jobs. They need jobs. Right? That's what's healthy for them. They like having a role. You know what I mean? They're pack animals, and they have roles and shit. So pretty much, you know, they want to have something they're supposed to do, and every dog can learn to hold an object, right? If you have a dog that's just like a couch potato, why do you have the fucking dog? Why? It's unnecessary. And the dog would be better off with somebody who wants to work with the dog and wants to do whatever with them, you know what I mean? To have them do a task, right? It's that they all dogs should be service dogs. Every dog should be a service dog. You know what I mean? It's good for them and they like that, right? Sit. You know what I mean? And you might think that a dog that's excited is happy, but no, a dog that's excited is actually stressed out. A dog that's excited is, you know, they're like freaking out because of like some dominance issues or whatever, right? If they're excited about whatever, then that can like stress them out. I mean, it's crazy. You should see him when there's like an excited, like, I mean, like with women. I mean, I hate to say it, you know, but it is women with him specifically. You know what I mean? And I mean, like, I don't have anything against women. I love women. But, you know, it's just that, like, with him, he was raised by a chick. And that chick gave him a ton of affection, way too much, right? At, like, completely the wrong time, right? And so he's still conditioned now, you know, 6 months later, because he was conditioned at a young age by that chick, to like flip the fuck out. Like you should see, like I remember I brought him over to see his previous owner one time, and I had him on a leash, and he was like seriously choking himself to get to her. And the thing is like, it's not because he like loves her, no, it's because she trained him from a young age to flip the fuck out and think he's gonna like die if he doesn't get to her, right? And that's the thing, is that's not good for him. Right? Because, like, if he sees a girl across the street, and then she goes, hey, oh, cute puppy, oh, whatever, and then he runs across the street and gets hit by a car, I mean, like, that's something that could happen, or whatever, you know what I mean? Or, like, he could, you know, knock over a kid and hurt him, or whatever, and then he gets put down and he's dead, right? And that's the thing, is all dogs need to be trained in obedience. All dogs do, and it is healthy for them to be trained in obedience, right? So, yeah, I don't mean for this to be, like, too much of a lecturing video, but you know, the thing is Koshka, no, sit, impulse control, right? I don't want him to hold it unless I want him to hold it. He could look at it and be excited for the retrieve, that's good, but I don't mean for this to be a lecturing video. I just want to put it out there, you know, because this is information a lot of people don't know about dogs, because they haven't done the research, because frankly they don't give a fuck about dogs. They really don't give a fuck about them. It's all about them. Right? It's all about the person who owns the dog and what they want. It has nothing to do with what's good for the dog and what the dog wants. It's a subspecies of the wolf, right? It's not a person, it's not a human. Stop humanizing the dog. It's a dog, and it has dog needs and dog wants, right? And it's just responding to how you have trained it, right? And that may or may not be healthy for it, depending on what you're teaching the dog, right? Koshka, hold. Good boy, hold, heel, hold, good boy, drop. That's a good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Right? And that's the thing, is like, you know, it just, like, I don't know, it pisses me off because 4 million dogs are dying every year because of this shit. Because people don't actually give a fuck about dogs. They really don't. They let their dog go around their kid, and then their kid gets in the face of the dog, and they think, oh, it's the nicest dog ever. But then it bites the kid, and now it's a dead dog. Right? And that's the thing, is it's like, dogs don't bite, and then they do. Right? It's like they all start out with zero bite history, and then suddenly they get a bite history. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, is most states have a 3-bite rule. 3 bites and the dog's done. And I mean, in some cases where it's a particularly bad bite, maybe on a kid's face or something, the dog just might get put down outright. I mean, and that's not counting that. I mean, the 4 million dogs number, that's not even counting dogs that are getting killed in backyards. I mean, like, I have a friend who said he had the nicest pit bull ever, and then his nice little Cocker Spaniel that he had with that dog, he left him alone for a weekend or some shit, and the pit bull had fucking torn the Cocker Spaniel in half and like ripped him throughout the house, and his fucking half-eaten corpse was in the kitchen with blood all over the, you know, the kitchen floor, and he had ate the face of this little cute Cocker Spaniel. So that's the thing, is that like, your dog might seem like the cutest little animal ever, that it wouldn't hurt a fly, but I mean, like, with him, I mean, he's real cute, look at him, right? But if he were left alone with a cat for 10 minutes, the cat would be fucking gone, right? And that's I don't mean to paint like I don't want this to be like a downer video, but like, I'm just saying that like, a lot of these dog owners need a fucking reality check, because honestly, like, it's a dog. It's not a human. And it can kill and eat a rat or a rabbit or a bird and rip its head off and shit. They have chompers, these teeth in here. You know, they have chompers that are meant to, like, rip flesh. You know what I mean? Like, they are not like us. They don't think like us, and they don't have human emotions. Their brain does not have room for that shit. So, yeah, that's my rant on dogs and dog behavior. If you have a dog, get it trained or train it yourself. You can watch these videos. There's plenty of other resources out there on obedience training. Train your dog to 8 basic obedience commands. Sit, down, whoa, here, kennel, place, hold, drop, heel. Those are all the commands. All of them. I don't know if I repeated one, but basically those are the commands. Teach all of those to your dog. They all have a purpose, every single one of them, right? And it will make your dog, it'll be healthy for your dog. And when you train your dog, it's the same dog. It's the same dog that it was before, but now it's trained, right? It'll listen to you. It'll function in a human world properly. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Hold. Good boy. Good boy. That's good, buddy. Good job. Drop. And that's not, I'm not saying be a Nazi to your dog and don't let it do anything ever, right? Obviously. But, you know, channel that energy. Channel that prey drive. You know what I mean? If I were to throw this on the ground, he just stares at it, right? He wants to go retrieve it. It's off screen right now. It's like over there. But he wants to go retrieve it and bring it back. You know what I mean? Because his prey drive is telling him to do that. That's what you're doing when you teach a dog to hold. You're manipulating their prey drive to be something positive. Because their prey drive otherwise is to, like, murder shit. You know what I mean? So you don't want that, right? But anyways, get your dog trained, right? If not by me, then by someone else. Or train it yourself. Look up resources. Right? Get it properly trained, right? It's good for the dog, it's healthy for the dog, and it will wind up, and there will be much less dead dogs. I'm saying this because I fucking love dogs, right? And I mean, you know, it's honestly just negligence from the owners that gets them killed. It's not their fault. It's always, and I mean, you know, people say this all the time, but there's no such thing as a bad dog, only a bad owner, right? And there's reasons why you teach your dog all these commands, right? Or have your dog taught all these commands. So, yeah, that's the thing. If you want a dog that's just there, that just does whatever, get a cat, all right? Get a cat, a snake maybe, you know? It'll just sit in the cage and you can just feed it a rat every 2 weeks. It's like the most like low maintenance pet you can have. Try a goldfish first. Dogs are a lot of work. They are. And if you're not working with your dog, then you shouldn't have a fucking dog, frankly. So that's the PSA on dogs. I'm Desmond Snow, Pacific Northwest dog trainer. I don't care what the size of your dog is, the age or the breed. I will train your dog and I will train it proper. I will get these 8 obedience commands trained into your dog good. And I can do it for a pretty fair rate considering what other people are charging. So that's the thing. If you have a dog, please get it trained or train it yourself. I don't care if you get it trained by me, but have it trained. It's good for the dog. Anyways, I'm Desmond Snow. Contact me at desmondsnow@gmail.com or at 360-991-4392. That'll be it. Peace.